we're back. Welcome to Tonight Orlando. I have a very special guest, but first I want to thank the band. We got Spoons on the sax, we got Bobby on the bass, Jordan on the guitar, and Larry on the drums, and Mr. Tom Casey is leading these merry men. So I hope you enjoy our opening music. Now, my guest today epitomizes the American dream. And a lot of people think the American dream is dead. I'm here to tell you it's not dead if you do things like my wonderful guest today, U.S. Marine from Nissan. How are you doing, U.S.?
I'm good, Carl. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You are a role model for a lot of people. And I was doing a little background check. You are a bartender. Tell us about being a bartender, and then we'll go into the other things.
So I was a bartender for 3 years with a restaurant called Bennigan's.
God, I remember that by dental school. We used to go there for happy hour.
Man, we had a great happy hour there.
It was great. What happened to it?
You know what? I don't know what happened. They somehow went out of business.
They didn't have you managing.
Maybe. I don't know, but it was a great restaurant.
Okay.
I used to eat the Monte Cristo every night.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a good restaurant, and I enjoyed bartending there. We had a great happy hour.
So how did you navigate? What was your evolution from going to being a bartender to all of a sudden you're in car sales and cars?
So all of the car guys from the local car dealership used to come into the bar for happy hour, and I was always chatting it up with them, and they were always telling me I should come sell cars. And I was enjoying bartending at the time, but I was dating the manager of the restaurant, and we broke up. And one Sunday after we broke up, I just couldn't work for her anymore, and I threw a towel in her face and I quit.
Wow.
I, had a BMW, I had an apartment, and I
by yourself
had bills to pay.
Right.
So I had to go find a new job, and the only place that I knew I could go get a job was at the car dealership because all the guys were telling me. So not knowing that if I was, a good car salesman or if I was a good salesman in general, I went and got a job at the local car dealership, and my first month in the business, I sold 24 cars and made about 4 times what I was making as a bartender, and fell in love with the business.
It's amazing, successful people like you and me. Did you know I bartended?
No, I did not.
I bartended my freshman year at dental school at a place called the Golden Plow in Paramus, New Jersey. It's where the New York Yankees would come in after the game. But that's a tough job.
Yeah, no.
But it prepares you to talk to people.
Yeah.
And we're both in that kind of business. I'm a dentist. You're now the CEO of Nissan. Where did you go?
So this was in the Tampa area,
okay.
And I started as a salesman at Jake Sutherland Nissan on Fletcher Avenue.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was in 1993.
So is that the same Sutherland that was in Merritt Island? Because that's where I bought my 280ZX.
Correct. Same Sutherland.
Wow.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So then you went from there. Then you went to Naples, you said, right?
So, yes. Left. I actually left Nissan and went to Naples, Florida, and worked for a group there running a Volkswagen store. And that's right when the Beetle came out.
Okay.
And those were fun to sell.
So you killed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did very well selling Volkswagen Beetles for a while, and then I worked for Mitsubishi for 4 years.
Okay.
Running a store in Naples and a store in Fort Myers simultaneously, so I was traveling quite a bit. And then I ended up leaving Mitsubishi and going back to Nissan in Fort Myers. And I ran the store in Fort Myers for 10 years.
Wow.
Back for the Sutherland.
Right.
Sutherland group.
So how old were you when you did this? Did you go to college or anything?
So I went to college for a little while, ended up selling cars and making more money than I was,
Dropping out of college.
Yeah, so I dropped out of college and just sold cars full time.
Well, my most successful friends didn't go to college. When I lecture to high school kids, I go, if you don't know what you want to be, don't go to college.
Right.
It teaches you how to get in debt, drugs, and sex.
Mm-hmm.
And I was an RA for 2 years. I ran the dorms, and I could see it. And then the teachers would get upset at me, and they go, but you went. I go, I was weird. I wanted to be a dentist at 14. So that was my path. Your path just took a different route. And then once you got into, what did you love about car sales?
I enjoyed meeting people, and my philosophy throughout my career was, treat people right, give them a fair deal, and make them, your friend in the car business. Or I wanted to be their friend in the car business. And
Integrity.
so, I have customers. As a matter of fact, I sold a car Friday to somebody that's been buying cars from me for 30 years. So
You have a daughter that's the love of your life.
I do. I have a daughter.
I saw her the other day. Holy cow, she's grown up.
She's 15 going on 25.
Yes.
She's a lot of fun though. And we're best friends. So she's pretty awesome.
She going to come in the car business?
We've had that talk,
Okay.
I mean, it's hers for the taking if
Right.
she wants to do it. But, the car business is a very demanding business and you
Yes.
sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
So, I did miss a lot of stuff when she was growing up. I try to make more events now than I was able to make in the past. But, the car business is a tough business.
It's a tough business, but it allows you to experience the things you love.
Yeah.
So what are the things you love? Because we're going to go into that in a second, too. Because I almost bought one of your cars. I probably should have.
Right.
I know.
You should have.
I should have.
So, I mean, I enjoy, if I'm not at work, normally I'm on the water somewhere. So any water sports, I love.
You barefoot water ski?
I mean, I have in the past.
Okay.
I haven't water skied in a long, long time. I'm more into wake surfing now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you're into the wake surfing.
Wake foiling.
Yeah, I can't do that. What about snow skiing?
I have only snow skied a few times in my life.
Okay.
And I actually owned a log cabin on the fourth cabin from the ski lodge on a ski resort. And
Really?
I owned it for 5 years and I never even skied
went.
one time.
Because you didn't grow up skiing.
Yeah.
I grew up the same way. We didn't go on vacation. I didn't learn how to ski until I met my wife. And then I helped somebody who asked me if I wanted to go skiing. I go, I don't ski. They go, how old are you? I go, 39.
Yeah.
You don't ski? I go, no, but my wife is an expert. And one thing led to another, and then we started going skiing.
Yeah.
But people like us who grew up and appreciate where we came from, we get excited over all these little, what I call triumphs. You know what I mean? It's not that we're materialistic. It's that, oh my God, I'm going to learn how to ski. You're on a jet ski. You're on a lake. You're on a boat. I'm on a lake now. It's like, wow, can we believe we've done this? But it's hard work.
Yeah.
It's total hard work. And that's what a lot of people don't understand anymore.
Yeah.
And your love, I researched you, buddy. You love fine wine, art, and cigars.
Correct.
So that led you to open up a place that my wife loves.
So I opened up a bar in Winter Park, right off Park Avenue, and it has all the above: wine, cigars, and art. And yes, those are three passions of mine. I don't smoke cigars as much as I used to.
Good.
I used to smoke a cigar every night. I would
Really?
go home and open a bottle of wine and smoke a cigar on my patio. I don't smoke cigars. Maybe I'll smoke like one cigar a month now, but wine, I pretty much drink them.
Yeah. Oh, you drink some high-end wines
I open
too.
a bottle of wine
Yeah.
pretty much every night.
Really?
And, and I enjoy art. So there is art by some of my favorite artists on the wall for sale in my bar.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And it's a cool spot. So.
Well, it's a great spot. My wife loves it. I mean, we're there anytime she wants to go. It's like, all right, we'll go to Morse Code. That's the name of his. I don't like to call it a bar.
Yeah, it's
That name. It's not a bar.
Yeah.
It's almost like a social club. What do you think?
Well, we kind of started out trying to make something that was more speakeasy.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't it ended up being more of a nice classy lounge to come in, enjoy some wine with your friends. And really that's why I opened it. I didn't open it because I wanted to be some successful.
Right.
You know.
You did it because of your love.
I did it because I wanted a cool place to, invite my friends and enjoy nice wines. So
And it's a great place. I mean, my wife ended up getting a locker. So we go as much as she wants to go, we go. And we have a lot of friends that we bring. You know, they come from Windermere and
yeah,
you've
I
met a
enjoy
lot.
seeing you there all the time.
Yeah, well, she's under the weather right now because she goes, are we going to go tomorrow night? I go, why? She goes, because you write poetry. I go, oh, don't start. She goes, you kind of bagged out on the cut for a minute. My allergy just kicked in. I took an allergy pill. He cuts, it's good. The damn cats. My wife with the cats.
There you go.
Oh, how was that hot dog, US?
It was very good.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He's a good-looking man. He was pulling. He's a good-looking guy. But you see with the jacket, he's pulling. That's why I don't put mine. We look at everything. And then he edits everything. Okay, where was I, Tom? You don't know? I know. He always knows. The guy's like a creative genius. He's unbelievable. He's the one that did my audio video book. Yeah. What happened with Tom is I met him when we were doing the Orlando Housewives, and he was just there to play the piano, and the whole thing was a joke. So he ended up running the camera, and then we kind of met, and he says, "You got a big personality, blah blah blah." And then I said, "Really? You think so?" He goes, "Yeah, you don't shut up." I says, "Yeah, so what's your problem?" He goes, "None." And he says, "Someday maybe we'll do something together." I said, "Okay." And then when I wanted to do the book, California said, "Hey, here's the guy that you got to go to, but he's not going to do your book. Why not? We can't duplicate you." So my wife says, "Why don't you call Tom Casey?" I go, "Why am I going to call Tom? He's building a studio." "Tom, you building a studio? You're a week early. The studio's built. Let's get you on the books." And as they say, the rest is history. So we did the whole thing here. And it's gotten great reviews. It's really, we haven't pushed it because I'm like you. It wasn't about the money. It was more about the story to let people understand that not everything's about money. You can always make money, but you can't always make memories. And you want to, you want to get people at least inspired and motivated. I've helped a lot of kids get into dental school. Why? Because they have the passion. I'm sure you've helped a lot of your salesmen go up the ladder, haven't you?
Sure.
Because you're a people person.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that.
And now we have reached a point in the show where I like to call this segment Dr. Carl Drills. And I won't be using a handpiece. I'll be drilling questions on you, US.
All right.
So get prepared. I need to put my glasses on.
Let's go.
And let's see.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. All right, you ready?
Uh-oh.
When was the Nissan... My guest sent me these questions. When was the Nissan Motor Company founded? Do you know?
Wow.
Wow.
I guess I should know this.
You should.
But I'm going to guess. Well, I mean, there was different generations of Nissan. Like it went from Datsun to Nissan.
No, Nissan came out first.
Nissan?
Okay. Time's up.
Okay. All right, let me just throw one out there.
Throw one out.
I'm going to say it was like 1935.
Darn good guess. It was in the 1930s.
All right.
Great guess. That is great. I mean, you didn't even know this question was coming.
I didn't know the question was coming, but I have been to the Nissan factory in Japan.
Oh, you have?
I did see some vehicles that were,
Right.
looked to be in the 1930s.
Yeah,
So
see, I had no idea. I had no idea. Now, this one, you should know this. Which is not a Nissan slogan? Life is a journey. Enjoy the ride. Everything you want, nothing you don't. Number 3, built for the human race. And number 4, moving forward.
I'm going to go with moving forward.
Unbelievable. The guy's nailing it. Very good. Last question, because I don't like to put my guest on a hot seat. I don't want to do that. But when did the Nissan Motor Company brand discontinue?
When did the Nissan Motor Company
Brand discontinue, yeah.
discontinue?
It started going with, different things. Infinity and this and that. It was a year.
Well, I mean, when you say discontinued, I mean, we're still making Nissans.
Right,
producing
but they
them.
have all different brands now. It's not just Nissan. Maybe that's an ambiguous question.
Yeah, because I mean, we have
It's an ambiguous
Nissan, we have
question.
Infinity,
Right.
and we also own 40% of Mitsubishi,
Right.
and then we have Renault.
Oh, I didn't know you had Renault.
Renault actually owns 40% of Nissan. Nissan
Wow.
owns
I think
40%
that's
of
a bonus
Mitsubishi.
point right there.
All
That's a bonus point.
He got the bonus question right, and it turned out the year was 1986.
Okay.
That's what it was. So the last question, which Nissan model was produced for the least number of years? And I knew this because I had bought a 280ZX when all that stuff was coming out. One model was the least.
One model was built for the least number of years.
Yeah, it didn't get popular with people.
I'm going to probably have to go with the Nissan Cube.
It actually was the Nissan 200SX.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I remember that model. And do you remember the luxury model
Yeah,
for Nissan?
that's-
What's the luxury brand of Nissan?
Infinity.
That's right. So he nailed them all. He gets them all. We stumped it. These are my.
I have one more question.
What's your question?
What's the number one selling Nissan car?
Currently, right?
Today
Yeah.
is the
Carl, say it on the mic.
What is the number one Nissan selling car today?
my number one selling car is the Nissan Rogue.
It's unbelievable. That's what my friend just got.
Yeah,
She goes, I never heard of a Rogue. I says, who bought it for you? She goes, my daughter. They live in New Smyrna Beach.
Okay.
So they bought their mother a Rogue. And I got to find out who they bought it from.
Yeah, great vehicle. The Nissan Rogue it's a great. It's a small SUV, great gas mileage.
Great gas mileage. You're not into the electric cars?
You know what? I don't think we're ready for electric cars yet. I think that there are buyers for those cars right now, but we don't sell enough of them to really make it make sense.
And we don't even have the infrastructure.
Well, I think the big problem is that they don't want to pull up at a gas station. Well, first, they want a battery that's going to take them 300 to 400 miles. And then they don't want to pull up at a gas station and have to wait 45 minutes for their car to charge.
Yeah, no, I have no patience for that. I couldn't do that. And me, I like my Porsche, but I like your Ferraris.
I do love my car, but I don't drive it that much.
You don't drive? Well, it's hard to drive it around here.
Decorates the garage.
But there's another thing I found out about you. You like to play poker.
Poker and blackjack.
Yeah.
Blackjack. I've done very well. I know most people think you can't make a living gambling, but
Oh, you can.
I've thought very, very hard about just playing blackjack full time.
Seriously. See, I like Texas Hold'em.
But
right.
as a matter of fact, I'll tell you, in 1998, I did quit and thought that I could gamble professionally.
Really?
Yeah, 1998.
1998, you quit selling cars.
I quit.
Did you go to Vegas?
So I was doing more because I lived in Florida. So I was doing more. I was going on gambling cruises. I was going to Mississippi.
Really?
Harris Casino.
Did you ever go to the Bahamas before they built Bar Mar?
Well, in Atlantis, yeah. I used to gamble.
Well, they had a
at
different
Atlantis.
place there. Rick English was in charge. Do you remember Rick English? Probably somebody you didn't know.
So.
Me and John and Frank would go there, and I forget the name of the casino. And I played 3 times. The first time I missed the final table by 1. Second time I was the leader at the final table, but I came in 6th. And the third time I was the leader of the final table again and came in 3rd. So no matter how good you are, it's luck.
Yeah.
I couldn't catch cards. And then you beat me. You took me down at a charity auction. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I think I do remember.
I was
that.
killing everybody, and then you buy in. You hadn't played. He buys in. I'm going, what is this going on? Now, it was charity. This had nothing to do with money.
I do remember that.
But I'm super competitive. And when I saw US coming in, I go, he's buying in. And he bought in pretty heavy because you had to buy your seat, not the chips. And then we had to divvy up our chips. And as John says, Carl's mad. And then US takes me out, and he wins the tournament and donates everything to the charity. So I never held any grudges against you, but you took me down.
All right, yeah.
You took me down.
I do vaguely remember that.
He's a very humble guy.
Maybe we should play some blackjack now.
No, you know what we should do? He was a bartender. I'm from New York. You need to make me a Manhattan.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know how to make a Manhattan?
I think I can remember. Yeah.
See, there's some of the drinks I couldn't remember. Remember the
I
pink
know there are a
Swirl,
lot
the
of
pink
drinks.
Cadillac?
There are a lot of drinks that I would not remember
Yeah.
how to make. I was just having that talk with somebody the other day.
I know. And my wife would tell people, oh, Carl was a bartender. No. I wasn't a bartender. I worked in a bar, and I tended bar freshman year, just 1 semester before I knew Debbie. And it was just too stressed because you have to work till midnight.
Yeah.
And then you got to clean up. And then I got to be in school at 7.
Yeah, if you only work till midnight, you're getting out early.
Well, I was getting out early, but because I had school. And I said, I'm done. We're not doing that. So, no, it was fun because it honed our skills, our people skills. People don't realize that your business, you're a car salesman, you're now the CEO. You have to build relationships with people. They have to trust you. Same thing with a dentist. It's no different. And people can read it pretty quick. If you look them in the eye and you're compassionate and you have a passion, and that's why everybody likes you in Winter Park. I've never heard anything but, oh, that US, he's so nice. He's so this. He's so that. I didn't really know you. Mm-hmm. I just knew that you ran with some of the people that I knew. And then now I found out, with Morse code, we're regulars there. And with our friends from Windermere, they're like, you're going tomorrow night? No, we can't go tomorrow. Neither can we. Well, we're going to go to Sunday Fun Day. We got US coming for more food. I go, oh, my God. So it really turned out to be a nice little social thing.
Yeah. We have a good group of friends that we run with. So
Yeah. So what would you like to tell our audience? I mean, this, U.S. Marine became the American dream. You're living the American dream. You're not flamboyant or obnoxious. You're one of the nicest guys. And what would you tell people today? Because a lot of people believe the American dream is dead. I don't.
you know what? I think right now we're in a time where, like, for instance, I try to hire people every day, and nobody seems to want to start at the bottom and work their way up.
Right.
The people that I hire, they all seem to want to be the CEO. And I started at the bottom and worked my way up. And I sacrificed a lot. I worked very, very hard. I saved some money.
Yep.
And, when the opportunity came around, I was prepared. And I think anyone can do it. Anybody can do what I did.
I agree.
The thing is that I was at work while all my friends were at the beach.
Yeah.
And I was still at work while all my friends were at happy hour.
I understand.
And, there were nights that I didn't leave my dealership till, 10, 11 p.m.
And that's the success.
So,
That's how you get successful. Because when we opened up our practice, we couldn't find anybody to work. Now, I'm talking 1985. It's a little bit different. My wife had a novel idea. She went to the high school and said, do you have any students who are not going to college? They go, yes. I don't want an A student. We want a B or a C, and we will give them a career in dentistry. So she interviewed a couple of young girls. Mm-hmm. Boom, she became our office manager, but she was hungry. Mm-hmm. She had the work ethic. And I was like you. During spring break, when I was dating my wife, she goes, oh, it's spring break. Are you going to Fort Lauderdale? I go, no, I'm going to the gas station to pump gas, and then I'll be in the library studying. She goes, your parents are not sending you to Fort? My parents? Mm-hmm. I go, I'm on my own. She goes, well, I don't want to go without you. I go, well, you can go without me because this is what I have to do. She goes, you're pumping gas? Yes. I was being paid to pump gas. She didn't go. She sat in the library with me during the whole 2 weeks. Wow. That's when I knew. I says, all right, I better marry this girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny because a lot of people don't see that work ethic. You're right. They want to start at the top. Even when I try to mentor dentists, and they go, we want to do the cases that you do. Oh, God. It took me 15 years to be able to do those cases. No, we want to do them now. Can't. So I don't know how we change that. I think we need to bring vocational back into schools. Let people know how to balance a checkbook, how to do woodwork, how to do car mechanics, even though it's all computerized.
Yeah.
I think we have to change the dynamics, and I don't know how that's going to happen.
I don't know either, and everyone these days, they want to work a 35-hour work week, and it's just never going to, get you to the promised land. So
I had a dentist tell me, I told her this was the dentist that I trained under. He's phenomenal. I said, you need to go. She goes, when is it? I go, he does it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She goes, you mean on the weekends? I go, yeah, Thursday and Friday you will be doing patient care. Saturday you'll go over the cases, and Sunday's a little cocktail. But she goes, oh, weekends? I need to decompress. Mm. Like, what?
Yeah.
When did you decompress? When you made it?
I just started decompressing maybe in the last couple of years. I worked 65 hours a week for almost 30 years. Yeah. So.
How did you maintain that?
I mean, you know what? I enjoyed selling cars. I enjoy spending my day meeting new people.
You still sell cars? I mean, personally? I mean, would you interact with
at my dealership, I'm still out on the floor shaking hands and kissing babies. Yeah, I'm not that guy that sits in the back and hides. No, I'm out on the floor. I'm introducing myself to customers. I'm making sure that all their needs are met. So I am out on the floor every day. And
wow.
So yeah, I enjoy it, but just. Once you get there, you just want to stay there,
It's called passion.
Yeah.
It's called passion. If you have the passion, I firmly believe you got to be passionate in what you do because that's what exudes to other people and stuff. So it's been great having you here. I mean, the American Dream, U.S. Marine. Now, where can people find your dealerships? Because we're going to put it on the bottom of the screen. We're going to put all your social media, but just let our audience know.
So the name of my store is Sutherland Nissan Orlando. My website address is orlandonissan.com. And we're right on Colonial in Chickasaw,
Oh, okay.
8125 East Colonial Drive. And, come on in. I'd love to help you buy a car and be your friend in the car business. And then my bar, my lounge,
Your
my
lounge.
wine lounge.
I don't like bar. I like lounge.
My wine lounge is on Morse Boulevard, right off of Park Avenue in Winter Park, and that's why we called it Morse Code. So it's called Morse Code and 163 East Morse Boulevard. So if you enjoy wine, you got to come check us out. It's a super cool spot.
And I'm always joking. It's where everybody knows your name, right? You see when I
is.
post, you go there, everybody's friendly. US is the owner. He mingles with all the people. And it's a really low-keyed place where you can chill with friends and make new friends. I've made a bunch of new friends since I've come to Morse Code. And they have wine tasting. They have music. You just had Life on Mars band. They were phenomenal.
Amazing band.
Amazing band. So if you're in the Winter Park area, go on their website, see what's happening at Morse Code. And if you need a car, I can tell you he's the man to go see because he's as real and genuine as you saw today on the show. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you very
we
much for
appreciate it,
having
man. It's great to have
Super
you here.
fun.
And until next time, we'll see you soon. Ciao.